Well, parents were hoping to get their questions answered at a meeting that was scheduled for Monday night. But tonight, the church council told them that it's canceled, leaving them fighting for some closure.
The church has decided to close the school effective immediately at the end of this day.
This is how parents learn that their children's school is shutting down just before it starts. Parents were hoping to get answers from Emmanuel Lutheran School during an upcoming meeting Monday night. But tonight, they're learning the church council has canceled that meeting, leaving parents more frustrated than ever.
I want an answer. I want closure to this problem.
That closure seems to be getting further out of reach. Late this evening, Church Council President Carol Wasko announced the meeting is canceled through a recorded message that went out as a mass phone call to parents.
I think it's very suspicious, and I think it's kind of odd that they can't even answer questions.
Parents were also told originally that they could pick up their children's things on Tuesday and Wednesday, but now the recorded message told them the school will be closed on those days. Yesterday, the Church Council told 13 News Now that teachers stole materials from the school after they were terminated. But tonight, the school board tells us that's a lie, stating, quote, the school board authorized the school director to liquidate the school's materials, equipment, and supplies to other nonprofit schools in an attempt to make a difference in the community and the lives of our youngest learners. All of this is happening less than 2 weeks before the first day of school.
I'm asking them for an apology. We deserve the right to sit in front of you, and you need to give us that right. We are parents of these children, the 53 children you decided to displace.
Parents say the school just needs to give them some clarity.
I'm not giving up. We are going to have our voices heard, and the council will hear us.
These parents have tons of questions for the church. Beyond finding out why they've decided to close the school so abruptly, they also want to know what's going to happen with the deposits and other fees that they've already paid for the upcoming school year. We tried calling the church tonight, but we did not hear back. Adriana de Alba, 13 News Now.